Hello, Happy New Year, everyone. It is a new year, and with the new year, most of us swear up and down that we're going to do things different. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. I haven't seen too many New Year's resolution posts. I guess that's kind of wore out. I think people are understanding that New Year's resolutions really don't hold true. And so there's really not a whole lot of people making them, I guess. It's hard to stay consistent off of a resolution. It just requires real intent and a way for you to be consistent. You coming up with a method or a strategy that will allow you to be consistent as opposed to doing the extreme. If you're not an early morning person, to say that you're going to start waking up at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning is not feasible. You have to come up with something that is doable and then work your way from there. But a lot of us are and have been waiting. We're waiting for confirmation, we're waiting for validation, affirmation. We're waiting. We're looking at other people when we're in relationships. We're looking for other people to validate. We're looking for other people to give us answers that inside we already have for ourselves. And that's something that should stop because it's no benefit. You can't trust another human being, and it's dangerous to do so. It's disadvantageous to do so, especially for those who are in relationships looking to take things to the next level. You want somebody to confirm, you want somebody to validate, you want somebody to tell you what it is, what it isn't. And that is very dangerous. It is extremely dangerous. And that's how many of us end up wasting years that we can't get back with the wrong person because we gave them our power. We allow for them to dictate, we allow for them to say what it is or what it's not, what it could be, what it possibly could be. And with this being a new year, I'm going to go off of that because it shouldn't be that it takes for a new year. It should be at any time, any second, any minute that you feel that you're wasting your time, that you are able to come up with a plan to let go. You know, the more you give somebody else the power, the weaker you become. And I've done it also. I've sat, you know, in relationships waiting, hoping that, this person turns themselves around, that this person finally says the words that I want to hear, that they finally start acting the way that I want them to act, as opposed to me saying, hey, you know what? I'm not dealing with this. I don't know what you're going to do, but I know what I'm going to do. And that is that I'm not dealing with it. And so I got to make a choice. And so many of us, we're in a weak position because when you leave it up to someone else, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a business relationship, a romantic relationship, when we sit and wait, we're on the defense, you know? We're on the defense, and you can't score points on defense. Now, for those of you that watch sports or are kind of familiar with sports, I mean, you can kind of, you know, dictate, you can, turn defense to offense, as they say. There's ways of doing things, but you have to be on the offense with people, with humans, because people can really only do what you allow. And unfortunately, a lot of us allow people to put us through the ringer. We allow people to drag us through the mud. We allow people to mistreat us, use us, abuse us. We allow for these things. And accountability hurts across the board. No one really wants accountability. We all want to be, the good person that was always taken advantage of, or the person that always had the most genuine of intentions, and someone abused that, you know. But we have to have our standards. We have to have our values. We have to have our morals. We have to have our boundaries and stand on it and not care about what anyone thinks. It's past time. And you have to do what's best for you, not what's best and most convenient for the other person, not bending your principles or your boundaries so that it's convenient for someone else so that they can meet them. That's not your responsibility. If they can't meet you where you need to be, then maybe that's not the person for you. Maybe that's not your friend. Maybe that's not your lover. Maybe that's not your business partner, you know? And that is okay, because you have to create space for what is right and what is better for you. And you can't do that as long as you have someone that you keep holding on to in hopes that one day that light clicks on and they're everything that you wanted them to be, you know? So the waiting the waiting has to be over. No more waiting, because people who don't have anything better to do will absolutely waste your time. People that just have no purpose, people that have no goal, people that have no intent will absolutely waste your time and not think anything of it, and will look at you like the fool for staying and allowing them to waste your time. They will look at you like you're crazy, because it's like, duh, why were you around this long? You know? So moving forward, you gotta analyze all your relationships. Stop allowing people to waste your time. Stop allowing people to call you with this mess, with this gossip, being nosy, asking 50 billion questions. Some people out here will ask you one question, you answer that question, and that one question turns into 50 more questions. And they don't care. They just are being nosy, or they're passing time, or whatever. People out the blue want to text. Now all of a sudden they can respond to your text, right back, whereas before it takes forever for them to, respond. And we're all busy, but some people are just bored at that moment and they just don't have anything better to do, and they figure you are the perfect person to waste their time. That you are the perfect person to help them pass time. They got 10 minutes to spare, they got an hour to spare, they got a day to spare, and they're going to use it wasting your time talking about a bunch of nothing. And we allow it, you know, we allow it. So we sit and just deal with people as they come because we're being nice, or because maybe we don't have much going on ourselves. Maybe our boundaries are low, or whatever the case. But it's just time to stop waiting for people to turn a corner. It's time for people to stop waiting for people to get some act right, for people to do what they know what they're supposed to do. It's time to get off of defense, switch defense to offense, take control. Take control of your life. Take control of the people that you allow to have access to you, when they have access to you, how they have access to you. It's time to get off the defense and start playing offense so that you can put the odds in your favor to win the game. And that's just what it is. Life is nothing but a game. This is all just one big game. And You have to have your things in place to win, to help you win, because no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to do it for another jacked up human being is not going to do it for you. You can't expect for people to look out for you the way you look out for you. That's why you have to always put yourself first. And I've had to learn that the hard way, you know, and sometimes that's just what it takes. We have to learn things the hard way to make changes so that we can live a better, more prosperous life. And that's just that. So, Happy New Year to you all. Much peace, love, and blessings to all of you in this new year and beyond.